Hi, I'm Bill Durham.
And talk to Laurie.
No, you don't have to. And your lovely wife. Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is somebody I met many years ago, Irene.
Yeah. And can we ask how old you are, Bill?
Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah.
Shall I answer?
Yeah, if you like.
I'm 69 now.
69. Yeah, marvellous. I've got a little story I don't mind sharing here. I can remember going to a 21st at Nungaroo and looking at you. I was about 16 and thinking, it was your 21st party, and thinking, man, I wish I was 21. And now I'm 63, I think, man, I wish I was 21 again.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the same as you, then. I'm 62, aren't I? I was born in 49?
I'm 63, but I'm 63, but mine was in March. So
I'm coming on. I'm younger than you.
You're both very well for your age. First surfboard, Bill.
Surfboard. Yes, I remember it was quite rounded, and it must have been about 9 foot long or something like that.
Did it have a maker's name, or was
No,
just...
not that I recall.
Yeah.
And obviously must have been leaking all the time with water because I was forever sanding out bubbles and resurfing it.
Yeah. But you probably got pretty good at that because you did it a lot.
I did.
Irene, your first surfboard?
Oh, mine, I don't even remember the name of it, but it was about an 8'6".
Yeah.
And it was cream and
Did you get it second hand, do you think?
Yeah,
Probably did.
I bought it second hand, and I can't even remember what I paid for it. Probably, I remember I had a little Morris Minor that I paid a few $100 for, so the surfboard must be
I
quite
sort of figured out that it was like a week's wages was roughly for a surfboard, or a bit more, week and a half wages.
I was thinking like $20 or $30.
Yeah, well,
and that's probably what we used.
that would have been a couple of weeks' wages probably in those days.
Mm.
So where did you guys start surfing, Bill? Can we start with you?
I certainly started surfing at Sandy Bay.
Sandy Bay, yeah. And Irene?
Only place I ever surfed was
Sandy
Bay at
Bay,
that time. Waipu Cove occasionally, if you went down with mates, but Sandy's all the time.
So who did you surf with? Just by yourself, or what made you start surfing?
Well, I think there was a guy called Laurie which was surfing in those days.
He wouldn't have been an attraction. A mad idiot, but yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that was how I got involved.
Yeah, just everyone seemed to be surfing, and I don't know what it was. It was just like a craze or something, but everyone was into it, wasn't it?
And the best part about it was it was pretty healthy.
Yeah.
And some of the trips that I remember having, I don't remember too much booze around.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're probably right too. Can you remember the Tartahi Surf Club? Were you a member of that?
Yes, certainly was, yeah.
Did you go to any of their socials?
Yes.
Did any of those socials stand out?
Well, probably where you met me.
Did you meet at one of those socials?
No, I didn't. It wasn't at a social.
Yeah.
Like Dennis Sterling and Mike Hull and all of those guys were rugby players with you too.
Yes. And Neville Ray as well.
Yeah, well, a lot of us were doing lots of other things, like probably playing rugby. I know I was playing cricket, and you're doing lots of things, but we seem to have more time those days. I don't know what it was.
We used to surf before work.
And after.
Yeah.
Because I remember surfing, like I went to school with Tim Fraserhurst and Trevor King and all those guys, so I don't know whether... they were always at the beach. I can't even remember who you went with. People would pick me up at 6 in the morning.
And off you go surfing.
And I can't even remember who they all were. Like there were so many of them. Yeah,
it's still amazing. I'm amazed that like your parents would just let you do that at such an age. And now you hardly let your kids go down to the shop. But it was a different time, and it's hard to explain, isn't it?
Oh, very much so.
Yeah. Any funny stories? Anything? What's the stupidest thing you've seen out while you've been surfing? There must have been something. Or on the way to the beach, or just something, anything stand out?
Well, only that we travelled in a CA Bedford van, and the doors rattled and nothing closed up tight, so by the time you got out from Whangarei out to Sandy Bay, you were just white with dust. And you could see this little line around your mouth and little eyes popping out of dust. It was just unbelievable.
And you just didn't think anything about it. That was
part of it.
Yeah.
The funny one I remember is these guys being really cruel. Murray Croven couldn't see. He had really thick glasses. And so they say, "Paddle, Murray, paddle."
Oh, you have to tell them when the wave was coming.
Yeah, but we'd make sure it was a real dumper.
He didn't get some good ones as well.
Certainly.
I don't know, suppose.
Five or something?
Dishwasher probably.
No. Never heard it before.
So you'd set them off on virtually no waves, so you kept,
A real dumper.
yeah.
And
Kept a good one for yourself.
He'd come up and shake his head and look around and think, oh,
Thanks, Bill. Or thanks, Mike.
And down he'd go again. He'd get some good waves.
I recognise now it's quite cruel because I can't see bugger all myself. I'd hate anybody I'd hate him to catch up with me and do the same. Yeah.
So those early days, did you have a wetsuit? What did you surf
Oh,
on?
hell no. No
So-
wetsuit. No,
Rugby jersey?
maybe a woolen jumper occasionally.
That was it.
Mm.
Yeah. Can
Yeah,
you?
and body rashes all over you.
Yeah.
Wearing nothing really.
Best surfboard. Have you ever had a surfboard that you wished you'd never sold?
Absolutely, a Bob Davies.
Bob Davies.
Yeah,
You bought that new, Bill? Or?
brand new,
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful board.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was
It was a sacrifice, wasn't it, to go somewhere or something?
yes, yeah.
We took off overseas and sold everything.
Sold everything when we travelled
Gave it
overseas.
away, I can't remember.
Yeah.
You ever had one of those days you were out surfing and you've just got a fantastic few rides and the day's been fantastic? You must have one of those stand out somewhere, and where would that be?
Very much so, and that was in Ahipara going round to Mukarau.
Yeah.
And there was Neville Ray and Mike Hull and one of the guys from Kaitaia, and it was just absolutely glassy, left-handers peeling off and just there all day.
Yeah.
Just,
Many guys out?
no, hell no, only 3 or 4 of us.
Yes.
Only us, nobody else.
Yeah. So what would that be, early 60s or?
That was later than that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just a
late.
rough idea, doesn't it?
Probably 69, 70, 72.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think we're very lucky because you go up there now and there'll be, I was up there last year and there'd be 150 people in that first break, you know. You're lucky to get a...
That was my best surf was Mukarau.
Yeah.
I always surfed right at Sandy Bay. I never went left.
Never went left.
And I got up there and I had no choice.
Yeah. So
And it was just amazing. And I could take whatever wave I wanted to. I didn't have to wait for the best guys to go.
yeah.
There was only about 3 of us up there.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Oh, you're a pretty good surfer too, I say. You know, I thought you were pretty good then. We were all probably about the same standard and...
We could get up and right away.
Yeah.
I wasn't pretty good.
Well, you guys, I've seen Bill, you were out at Sandy Bay a few years ago on a surfboard, so when was roughly the last time you had a bit of a paddle?
Well, I messed up my knee playing tennis, so that put me off for the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And I'm always feeling as young as what I was back in the 70s and would
Yeah.
like to be doing it again. And I've still got a board.
Yeah. We might see you out there one day. I reckon if I stop, I'd seize up and would be able to get to it. Do you have any surf heroes in those days? Anyone that you thought, man, I'd like to surf like that, or?
Oh, Tui Wordley and Laurie Langridge.
No, come on. Tui Worthy for sure. Yeah.
He was the sort of grandfather of surfing up here, wasn't he?
He was he's a bit older than us, and
Yes.
he was very good. He'd been to the New Zealand champs in about 63, 64.
Oh,
Is that right?
So, and him and Ross Edge, they were sort of the pioneers.
Yes,
So-
yeah. I remember Ross Edge as well.
Yeah.
And he was always very supportive, even though he was a bit older than
Yeah.
most
yeah.
of us, yeah.
He's still making surfboards. At 70, he's making a brand new surfboard right now as we speak, so I'll take my hat off to
I
him.
better put an order in.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. would it? Okay, what was your first car? We've got some slides there that lovely old
Yep.
Morris. So was that your first car?
Yes, that was my first car. It was a Morris Minor Highlight. And,
Highlight, yeah.
Yeah. In other words, the lights were high. There was another model that the lights were down lower.
Yeah.
Yes, and I remember doing many miles in that without, I don't ever recall breaking down either. Yeah.
So did you get that new or second hand?
No, it was second hand.
Second hand.
Yeah.
Any idea what you paid for it? Probably can't remember.
I think, I don't know why the figure was £300.
Yeah. It was a beautiful looking car, it really was.
Oh,
You didn't know at the time though, did you?
Yeah, no. Well,
Something to get you
yeah.
somewhere.
so did you have a car, Irene, or?
I bought my first one was a Morris Minor, wasn't it? And
yours was 1,000.
was
Yeah.
it? And
Oh,
I
powerful
remember
one.
the first trip was to Gisborne to the surf champs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a,
Is it microwave or something?
Can you
Not
stop it?
sure.
oh, it's a phone, is it?
I don't know.
Gisborne Surf Chaps. So you went down to the Gisborne Surf Chaps? Yeah. Did you compete?
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I just went to watch. And so that was a little cream Morris Minor.
That would have been quite a haul in those days too.
It was a far. I remember, stopping in Whangamatara on the way and having a surf. And
And you and Jenny Rogers, or?
I don't know who I went down with. Probably Jenny.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, she didn't surf.
And you're still in the water iron quite a bit?
Yeah, I've got a little handboard now and fins because I find it the upper body strength to actually position myself on a wave with a surfboard. I went surfing a few years ago with Mel Eggington and them, and I can still get up.
Yeah.
But I find it really quite hard. So I've just got a little handboard now, and I was surfing at Easter every day over Easter at Spirits Bay.
That's neat, yeah. I was out surfing and one of my surfing friends came out and it's Mike Cunningham, and he had a McDonald's serving tray, and he was boogie-boarding on that, and he was pretty good at it. So next time you get a McDonald's, flog the tray and take it surfing, because it's something different, I tell you.
Brilliant.
Any surf accidents? Anything bad or?
Your finger, your thumb.
Oh, that's right, yes, with my Bob Davies board at Sandy Bay, and of course no leg ropes, and I was in shallower holding my board. Somebody else fell off their board further out, so I held on to the fin of my Bob Davies with my left hand and grabbed the other guy's board to save him swimming in, and my Bob Davies spun around in my thumb and sliced, no bend, sliced the tendon.
It's like you're still paying for that now. But it was fun at the time.
Oh my God, the trip to
And
the hospital.
I think the other real surprise was when we were at Ahipara and you were there, and you guys got washed right across Shippies and ended up on the rocks. That was pretty scary, because it was a pretty big surf.
It was big. It was way over here, right?
Yeah.
So that photo of you
Well,
with
I've
your
got the
scars,
scars. That's brilliant.
was to prove that story.
Now, can you tell me a little bit about that trip to Shippies that you did with, I think it was about 6 of us or something. I think that would have been 1966, something like that. Enlighten us on the trip up a little bit.
Oh, well, there was Murray Jack and his Morris Mini, and you in your Morris Minor 1000, I think it was, and my own car, Morris Minor Highlight. And Max Atkins, Max Atkinson was with us. But why we had to take 3 cars, one really has to wonder. But I know that I borrowed my parents' 9x10 green and brown tent of the days, and we went to Ahipara. And on the way up, it was a beautiful moonlit night, and Murray Jack, with his faster powered car, would disappear up ahead. And then, unbeknown to us, next minute behind us, would come these bright lights. And Murray had taken a side road and turned his lights off, driven for miles with his lights off, and then come up behind us and blast us with the headlights. And most of us from then on in, for the rest of that trip to Ahipara, we drove most of the way without a bloody headlights on. Goodness sake. Yeah. And of course, when we got there, very, very basic. You slept on the ground.
Yeah.
There was no camp beds or anything like that. You slept on the ground in the tent. And I remember in the morning, the Maori guy walking along the beach, and he had this 14 or 15 pound snapper, and he looked up at us sitting in the tent and came up to us and said, "You boys had breakfast?" And we said, "Oh, tinder baked beans." "Oh," he said, "we better cook the fish up." And he took some newspaper of ours, took the fish down to the water, wrapped it up in the fish in the paper and soaked it in salt water. Came back, we lit the fire, cooked the fish in the paper, opened it up, absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
It was just so generous. The guy just came from nowhere and shared his lovely catch.
Yeah, everyone was pretty friendly. I don't remember getting in many hassles in those days with anyone out surfing, or it was a different time. It was hard to explain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just life.
Yeah.
You didn't abuse anyone anyway.
No, I probably had more respects than.
I definitely say that.
Yeah.
More respect. Yeah.
So did you go to town on a Friday night and hang out on the?
I certainly did, and that's how I met Irene, because I was with Dennis Sterling, and he took Irene to this party, and I talked to her all night. And that was the end of my single days.
Yeah. So did you remember the police moving people along and all that?
Oh, that's right. You couldn't walk
We'd
down.
block the road, the footpath would be blocked
It was
completely
all
with
around
surfing.
Fisher's, the jewellers
That's
area,
right,
that
yeah,
whole
every
street.
Friday night,
And
yeah.
you get moved on and you'd
Yeah.
come back.
I think there was no telephones, it was the only time that we
Oh,
could
that's
catch
right.
up with, well, you know, no cell phones.
Where are we surfing? What time
Yeah,
are we picking
yeah,
you
where's
up?
the party? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it was like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You must have some sort of a funny story, something else that has happened out surfing, we can't remember anything. Broken any boards or?
No, not really.
Yeah.
I think the funniest thing that I can recall really is Mike Hull, who was a Northern rugby representative. He may have even played for New Zealand, and he had a surfboard. And of course, being a huge man, his surfboard was about twice as long as anybody else's. He couldn't put his arm around it to carry it, and he used to carry it on the back of his neck, walking down the beach with this huge bloody surfboard. I don't know how
It was
long.
11 foot 6, I think, wasn't it?
Oh.
I have a
Yeah,
feeling.
it would be big,
Yeah, it was nearly 12 foot, I think.
Like a tandem board probably is what you get.
Yeah, most probably one of these paddle boards
Yeah,
today.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's brilliant. I don't know what else to ask you, we probably covered most of it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just as you were talking before, I was thinking of a funny story. And age is gone again.
Yeah, that's fine. Look, that's brilliant what you've given me, so, and it can be all edited and so I'll turn it off. Thank you very, very much.
Oh no, that's great, Laurie. I mean, it brought back lovely memories for me.
Like driving all through the Kaitia, which is really bad, but driving through the Kaitia and doing side skids
Yeah,
all the
all
way,
the way.
chasing
Oh.
sheep through there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you couldn't do that now, there's so
No.
many other cars
No.
coming.
It's all metal too, now. Tar sealed,
Sealed.
it was a bad road, but you saved probably 5 or 10 minutes by going that way. didn't
Yeah.
You? You were telling us about your friend at Shippy's.
Yes, Neville Bray and I used to do a lot of surfing, and we bought a long line, and I used to tuck the little sinker only about that big into the back of my board shorts and paddle out
Yeah,
with about 20 odd hooks on it and go surfing for the rest of the day. But when you paddled out, you were so low to the water, you couldn't see what was happening back on shore.
yeah,
So the guy had to be at the beach going like this to tell you, because always, as the further we went, with a lot of weight, so
Yeah.
you're really paddling pretty hard. Christ, I couldn't do it today. And then you're going like this, so then you know that you've got, so you drop your
all
sinker
line was out, yeah.
and go fishing, go surfing for the day, and then come back and
Yeah,
taking home all these fish after a couple of hours surfing. It was just wonderful.
Yeah.
And I think about the energy that we had in those days with, because we most probably played rugby, then we'd go and surf for the rest of the day,
yeah,
and then after that we'd go and play squash
yeah.
as well,
Yeah,
all in one day.
yeah,
Just think nothing of it.
yeah. Very good.
Glory days.